Number of women in workforce is on a downward graph.
In Indian society, we don't have the man giving up careers and sitting in the house.
Because of these social customs,
बच्चों को नहीं देखती, ये नहीं देखती.
India, it's a status symbol for men and for households to say that my
कोई गलत व्यवहार करता है, कोई लड़की को छेड़ देता है.
Why is that? Why are women missing?
Hello, Neha, welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well too. So today I am going to talk about the topic working women in China and in India. How is the situation in India and how's the situation in China? So let's go and discuss about this topic. So let's talk about China first. Over the years, China has seen a dramatic increase in participation of women in labor workforce, particularly in urban areas. In fact, the labor force participation rate in China is higher than many of other countries. Many women work in professional fields such as education, finance, technology and engineering. They hold positions from entry level to executive level in both private and public sectors. Women of different background and professions coming together, representing the diverse workforce of China. There is a famous saying in China, woman holds up half the sky. Let's explore the factor behind this significant shift. Women are breaking the barrier and shaping the industries like never before. So the first point I would say, that is economic empowerment. China's rapid economic growth has created many of job opportunities and offer vast opportunity for women in many of industries like manufacturing, technology. Women are finding new avenues for career advancement and financial independence. The other point I would say is education and skill. Access to quality education and skills training empowers women. Women are getting knowledge needed for professional success. The third one I would say, labor force participation. The labor force participation rate for women in China is relatively high as compared to many other countries. Both India and China have seen an increase of women participation in workforce in recent years. However, China has seen higher labor force participation rate for women. And the other point I would say is changing social norms. There has been gradual shift in traditional gender roles with more acceptance of women working outside the home. Attitude towards the woman role in society are evolving in China's society is becoming more accepting of women in leadership roles. And the other point I would say is supportive policies. Government initiative promote gender equality and women's rights. Policies such as maternity leaves and anti-discrimination laws support women in the workforce. Legal protection ensure equal opportunities for women in hiring, promotions and pay. Supportive policy create a more inclusive and equitable work environment for women. Chinese government has implemented policy aimed at promoting gender equality in the workforce, such as providing maternity leave and equal pay for equal work. In fact, this is my own personal experience. I have living here more than 5 years now, and I have seen many women are working here. Like in many shops, you can see there are more women as compared to male. Let's have a look what kind of jobs women performing in China. Now let's talk about the India. India has become world's most populated country, but despite the women population, the female workforce is shrinking, isn't it? Why are not Indian women working? Despite progress in various sectors, India continues to face low rates of women workforce participation. But why? Could it be that the Indian households are now rich enough to comfortably subsist on one income?
In the 1960s, India had one woman chief minister. We talked about her, Sucheta Kriplani. She governed the state of Uttar Pradesh. But now we are in 2024 and India still has only one woman chief minister. 28 states, 8 union territories, yet one top woman leader. Why is that? Why are women missing in the top tier of Indian politics?
In 2004, women's employment rate peaked at 35%, but by 2022, the rate fell to 25%. But the grim news, number of women in workforce is on a downward graph. Despite being so populated, the number of working Indian women was already in the 20 lowest countries in the world.
India's female participation rate in the labor force is quite low. It's below Pakistan, many of even Afghanistan in one of the in the data that shows.
Is it because women lack access to education? According to World Bank, better educated women are more likely to participate in the formal labor market.
Despite being highly educated and talented, most women do not have jobs, either due to the high rate of unemployment or due to social pressures. If India finds a way to bridge this gap, experts believe it could be a huge opportunity for the country. If not, the economy will move downhill. One of the main reasons for the gap can be attributed to the national job crisis. However, it is a deep-rooted cultural belief that women are primary homemakers and caregivers that plays a significant role.
Strangely, in India, educated women are less likely to find employment.
After so many years of break, it's extremely challenging to get to the mainstream job.
क्या करते हैं, काम देखने आते हैं, काम मिलता नहीं है, कोई पता ही नहीं है, 12 बजे तक बैठे रहते हैं चौक पे और लौट के चले जाते हैं घर.
It was tougher for women to re-enter the workforce after that. Why? Because of the way our society thinks.
It's not as if the women in India do not want to work. In fact, significant portion of both rural and urban women are willing to work, but they fail due to some reasons. I will discuss such factors. Finally, it could be the reason of personal safety or cultural expectation. Certainly, this is the major piece of the puzzle. Let's explore some of the key factors contributing to this phenomenon. Number one is household work. The primary reason is that women believe that nobody else would do the housework on behalf of them.
In Indian society, we don't have the man giving up careers and sitting in the house. It doesn't happen.
Because of these social customs which are so ingrained in the system.
बच्चों को नहीं देखती, ये नहीं देखती. फिर मैंने भी डिसाइड किया कि करके भी वैल्यू नहीं है ना, क्या फायदा करके भी. मैं सुबह जाती थी, शाम को आते थे, प्लस इनका सुनना, बच्चों का करना. फिर मैंने भी डिसाइड किया जो होगा सो होगा. मैंने भी फिर रिजाइन करके छोड़ दिया.
In Indian society, all the household duty fall on the women, making it difficult for them to have a good job. In some society, there may be some cultural norms that discourage women from pursuing full-time employment outside the home.
In India, it's a status symbol for men and for households to say that my wife doesn't work. If we look at urban women and how they spend their time, in India, on an average, we find that they spend about 7.5 to 8 hours per day doing domestic work.
Another point is mobility or freedom to travel. Unless you are running your business at home to work or you need to go outside the home, most of the women need permission to go outside from their house, and many are not allowed to go alone.
Is not seen as important. Men typically get more preference in their homes, and that reflects in the workplace. So we've been seeing that over the past 1 decade, as India started getting wealthier, women started staying at home, in more families.
उसको इंटीरियर माना जाता लड़कों के हिसाब से. उनको सिर्फ घर के काम करने में ही लगाया जाता.
गांव में शादी करा दी जाएगी, खेतों में काम करना पड़ेगा.
When mobility is restricted, the potential job options for women are restricted too. Many women are unable to work till late at night due to safety and travel concerns.
So why is comfort and safety such a big deal for women when it comes to their jobs? So many women don't take up jobs if their offices are not close to their homes. So many women can't work late hours if required. क्यों उन्हें हमेशा ऑफिस की दूरी और टाइमिंग्स का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है? If safety concerns for women can be addressed, many more women would take up jobs regardless of how far the office is. This can be done on a public policy level as well as through private initiatives of companies.
In some company, female working at night, they do provide some travel options. They provide a cab or some kind of travel mode. And in recent, you may have seen lot of news about the women's safety at night, and there are many other things that happen to women during the night time. Other point is work-life balance challenge.
इससे पहले शोरूम में जॉब करते थे, फिर शादी हो गई, बच्चे हो गए, फिर काम करने पड़े. हमारे हस्बैंड मिस्त्री, तो हम भी अभी बेलदारी का काम करने लगे.
Young girls who may have decided to work after their education had to cut short their dreams and get married. And after marriage, the expectation is that she will look after the house and its members, not go out and work.
Safety concern is particularly in public spaces and during commute.
कोई गलत व्यवहार करता है, कोई लड़की को छेड़ देता है, लेडीज औरत छोड़ के आ जाती है मजबूरी.
Addressing issue related to women's safety is essential to creating a conducive environment for women to participate in the workforce. Other point I would say is employment opportunity. Gender discrimination in the workforce, limited job opportunities and lack of support for women's career advancement are significant barrier to women participation in labor market.
कहते तुम्हारी उम्र ज्यादा हो गई, अब हम लगाएंगे नहीं तो क्या करेंगे बताओ, चौक पे बेलदारी करेंगे, कोई कमाने वाला है नहीं, हम ही अकेले कमाने वाले हैं. क्या करते हैं, काम देखने आते हैं, काम मिलता नहीं है, कोई पता ही नहीं है, 12 बजे तक बैठे रहते हैं चौक पे और लौट के चले जाते हैं.
मुझे 350 रुपए मिलते हैं और हमारे हस्बैंड को 600 रुपए मिलते हैं.
मुझे 270 मिलता है, भाई को 500.
300 हो जाता है, सब मिस्त्री का 350.
काम तो कोई नहीं कम करता है, लेकिन अब क्या करें जी, परमिशन ऐसी है ऊपर से, तो क्या करें.
Other point I would say is lack of supportive infrastructure. Inadequate infrastructure including reliable public transport, childcare facility and sanitation facility can pose a significant challenge for women.
I'm sure that once we've gone the extra mile and once organizations continue to do what they are doing today in India and the government also kicks in support in terms of infrastructure and childcare, I only see a good future for women.
Increase in education would not necessarily increase the labor participation of women. Government would need to look at other factors like changing the perception toward women, whether it's about their job mobility or household duties. In recent years, I have seen some good initiative in India is like Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao. That would be a great help.
For instance, there is a very high-profile campaign called the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, or Save Our Daughter and Teach Our Daughters, that the Modi government launched, and they've been consistently pushing this agenda. But it's sad that India has to do this 75 years since it got its independence, and we're still talking about saving daughters and teaching them.
And I do agree this would not be achieved in overnight. The government also need to talk to other factors.
There have been attempts by the policymakers, but it has been more in terms of, instead of creating jobs, it's about creating economic opportunities. So there have been more, for instance, women who've been taking loans from the government for small and medium scale industries.
And implement the solution as well. For example, improving transportation infrastructure, safety for women, labor market need to offer the jobs that are acceptable to women.
If women are left behind, India could face major challenges to its economic ambitions. While hope prevails that India's fast-growing working-age population will boost its growth in the years to come, there is no certainty.
I will show you some of the example which has been shared by the women why they are not working. Let's have a look.
For 44-year-old Shibani Vij, life didn't turn out quite as she had planned. 8 years ago, she was climbing the ladder to corporate success in India's IT sector until circumstances conspired to bring her career to a screeching halt.
Because of these social customs which are so ingrained in the system. Take a closer look at this World Bank report. Bangladesh and Pakistan's female labor force participation has been going up. Nepal has a very high and stable female LFPR, but India's has been steadily declining. Young girls who may have decided to work after their education had to cut short their dreams and get married. And after marriage, the expectation is that she will look after the house and its members, not go out and work.
What is your thought and opinion about this issue? Please mention in the comment section. I will see you in the next video with another good topic. Till then, bye bye. Jai Hind.